Hey everybody, welcome to Somehow Human on Weave the Tale. Um, I wasn't told if there's anything I needed to announce. So follow and subscribe to Weave the Tale for more awesome TTRPGs on various days of the week. I know they have one Friday nights and Wednesdays and such. So I'll let maybe our producer talk about that at the end of the show. Um, but for now, we'll go ahead and just jump right into it with character, or not, sorry, with introductions. People can introduce themselves and say a little bit about maybe just their character's name and what their character's playbook is, or whatever, just something short like that, or in a brief blurb or something. And we'll go around and let's see. Yeah, I'll do myself last. We'll start with Elise, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey everyone, my name's Elise. I assume it's D&D Elise on Twitter. I am a published TTRPG game designer on DM's Guild, DriveThruRPG. Today I'm going to play Olivia. She is a wizard and a descendant of a well-known magician family called the Hermans.
All right, and we will go ahead and go over to Cat next.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm a cat named Schrodinger or Cat and Schrodinger, depending on where you're looking for me. And I'm playing Frank, who is an oracle and an alcoholic, and he likes living with his friends Tiny Pete and Toby.
Which we will meet today, most likely. I just have a hunch. Anyway, maybe because I love them so much. And so we'll move on to Andy next.
Hey, I'm Andy Martinez. I'm going to be playing for you Max Wells, who is a retired veteran. He lives over in the Linwood Cove Ecological Park in his workshop and hangs out over there a lot of the time. We'll hear more about him in a little bit. You can find me at Martinez Tweets or Martinez Streams, and glad to be here.
Excellent. I love this guy. Uh, what is that? What was that show? Swamp People. Yeah, there we go. Anyway,
Honestly, very much inspiration. A lot of inspiration came from Swamp People.
excellent. I'm very
Specifically,
excited
actually,
for that.
yeah. The picture that I have for him is literally a character from Swamp People.
Well then, that's
Yeah,
even
so
more perfect. And then our next consistent player will go ahead and go over to Janie. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm playing Celeste, the Fae, and I party on.
Excellent. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. And then our guest for today is our friend Spencer.
Hello, I am Spencer. I will be playing Mikhail, who is a specter. I'm this was a character I played a really long time ago in a consistent Urban Shadows campaign. So I'm ready to hop back into him in a different setting.
Heck yeah, and hopefully we get a little bit of them. Maybe we might even see Mikhail again later. Uh, so, oh, and myself, I'm Leland / Leopold the Just. I will be playing the MC / the random event generator, aka aka my brain. Hopefully it keeps up. Um, and we would just kind of see where this thing goes. You know, we've got a very well established setting, some very determined characters, and a very reactive world and game system. So the events that happen tonight are going to be interesting. There's very loose planning involved in these Urban Shadows games, and that's why I love them. Anyway, so I don't read blurbs very often, but I got a little itty bitty one here, so I'm gonna read it. We enter a town of culture and vice, a town of the spiritual and magical, a town of blood and deceit. Welcome to Linwood Cove, a coastal city fueled by corruption, built on the most actively arcane place on Earth. Uh, so it's a nice early Friday evening, late afternoon. Uh, you know, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Um, so best thing we can do is introduce our cast. We did that a little bit last week, but we'll go ahead and do it properly and cinematically and whatever way we want to this go around. So we'll go in reverse order, except for Janie's eating something. So I will come back to you, Janie. So Cat, it's okay. Cat. Um, oh, I actually said I was supposed to start with Cat anyway, so this is interesting. Uh, I'm following my own rules. So it's like I said, it's a late Friday afternoon, and my Cat, you're at the Tiny Pete and Toby Pet Supply, and the mail carrier drops some packages off for you, and you hear from coming down the stairs. You don't use like kind of sleep up in like the loft, like above the
It
store,
would
if I
be
remember.
like an apartment.
I got
Yeah.
you. Okay, it's an apartment. Okay, you hear you have like a buzzer, so that's kind of lower to the ground than a normal buzzer, so that way Tiny Pete can jump up on it and press it with his paw, and so you hear a buzz coming from downstairs, and Tiny Pete's like, "Oh, hey, looks like you got a big old box down here from a guy named Keen."
That's for me.
Yeah, Keen, your buddy. You seen him in a
I
while?
don't. I. How you read?
Oh yeah, I could. How do you think I take people's credit cards and verify their identity?
um, I like you can match symbols to symbols. I don't know.
You
Like
always take me for
I
granted.
never see you with a book. I see Tobin with a book all the time, but I don't see you ever reading a book.
Uh, Tiny Pete, the German Shepherd, the talking German Shepherd friend of yours, barks at you and smacks his paw up against the buzzer and kind of hangs up on you jokingly for the most part, to pretend anger
Okay.
and just as you assume prances off back up to the front desk.
All right, and I'll guess I'll go get the package.
All right, cool. And while you're on the way down there, can you go ahead and describe what your character looks like and maybe what they
Uh,
were up to before the tiny feet started bothering them?
well, I guess I had to in order to answer the buzzer, I had to kind of wrestle myself out of the easy chair.
Yep.
It's probably way too destroyed to actually still be a chair or easy.
Yeah.
And he wears clothes.
That's good.
He doesn't really think too much about what they look like. They're clothes. You wear them, you don't get arrested.
That's true.
And he's middle age. He's like 40s ish. Crotchety.
Yep.
Would rather not be awake.
It's 4:00 in the afternoon, but yeah,
It's 4:00 in the afternoon. It's 4:00 and the time to sleep. It's like I'm only awake because insomnia, probably.
Yeah.
So I kind of, I definitely groan a lot when I move, like a dad does, making lots of dad groans, and I go get a package.
All right, you head downstairs, and it's a relatively small shop, like kind of hole in the wall shop, but they have they have like a fair bit of storage space in the back that they can bring things out. And they've got little methods of doing it, like the dog will pull like a uh, like a buggy or something, like pile some stuff onto a buggy and pull the buggy out of the back, and they're
Like
pretty.
a dolly.
Yeah, dolly, yeah. And
Because I'm
but yeah.
thinking like the Amish horse and buggy, like.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, but I'm
Like,
from the
that
South.
doesn't make any sense.
That's a shopping cart. That's a shopping cart. Anyway, but yeah, so The dog is working the main counter as usual, and the cat is sitting on the counter. It looks like the cat's just kind of being lazy, doing like cat stuff that you would expect a cat to do at a shop, but the cat's actually doing some paperwork.
Yep.
So when you get the front of the cat within your field of view, you can see her little paw. Wait, they're no,
They're both male.
both male. Okay, yeah, you can see his
Yeah.
little paws, or Tobean's little toe beans holding a small pen and writing on like a notepad, like doing some inventory maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
I feel like he's dipping his claws in and like using it as like a
Oh, his ink.
quill.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, there we go.
That makes more
that's
sense
much
because
better.
like cat claws can do that. They're kind of hollow-ish.
Yeah, it was a magic cat, but yeah, no, that works. That's even better.
Yeah. It just like I'm sure he can use a pen. I don't see him doing it. Pens are for humans. They're not
exactly.
built for cats.
They're not
Claws
built
are
for
built for cats.
Exactly.
Like I'm not going to use your human shit to conform to human
Exactly. Maybe we can
necessities.
rig him up a little like paw glove with the tip of a pen on it. And he can write with it. I don't know. We can rig him something. But yeah, so it's doing paperwork, and Tiny Pete is counting the cash register out, and they're just minding their own business. And the package is sitting on a table, like a small table, like side table behind the desk, within easy reach. And let me give me one second. Let me pull up what this is actually from a player that played last season. He wanted to give the two characters that are playing this season gifts. And this is the one that was left for Frank. We have one left for Darla as well, which when Darla's making their premiere next week, so we will do that then. Okay, so in the package, for some reason, Keen thought it was a good idea to give you pet food, even though you live in a pet store. So you have a little bag of like organic grain-free dog food, and by the same company, you have like the cat food version, both adult. You have some litter that's made out of like lava rocks, some sort of fancy organic litter, and
You don't belong up there.
and any sort of pet that you can legally own, there's like a little piece of something there. So there's like a ball for a gerbil, there's like a feeding dish for a reptile, there's a collar for a dog, all sorts of things.
I think I pick up the box and I look at who sent this to me.
Keen, your
Okay.
the imp who owned the
Right.
who owned the PC bong downtown.
Yeah. This makes sense.
Yep, it makes a lot more
heard
sense.
Cain, like Cain and Abel, and I was like,
no, Keen, yeah, K
I
I
don't remember
and
Cain
Brian's
from last
character
season.
from last season. Yep.
Yeah.
And so also, what's Frank's favorite food?
Whiskey.
Okay, so you find a bottle of whiskey, and then you find what looks to be like a flask. But when you open the flask to like look inside, obviously, because you're like, oh, this has got some weight to it. Is there something inside? Turns out it is. It has some sort of liquid in it. And when you try to go and like put it up to your nose to sniff it, the flask transforms into a shield with a spike on it.
Is it a big shield?
Yeah, it's like a small steel shield, like D&D reference.
thinking
That
this
helps.
is a very small shop, and if I have a flask that's about this big, and it inflates into a shield that's like this big,
You knock some stuff over for
I'm knocking
sure.
some shit over. Like,
The cat
is
goes
this
meow.
bike like gonna hurt my friends? Like, what's in which direction does this?
Yeah, it flies. It knocks a few of the things over. It knocks a few pieces of like dog treats that are like hanging on a like a little miniature shelf that was sitting on the front desk over on top of the notebook that the cat was writing on. The cat goes meow and like jumps off like a cat does and like freaks out and like claws onto the back of their partner, Tiny Pete.
Oh no!
Tiny Pete's got thick German Shepherd fur, so no
Right.
pain, no pain. And Tiny Pete's just like, calm down, Tobin. Come on now, it's okay, my love. Everything's fine. And then a letter falls out from the. It was like attached
Yeah.
to by like a small little bit of glue to one of the boxes you were sorting through, or to one of the items that fell in your box. And do you open it and read it?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
first I find a place to put the shield. Like I,
Okay.
kind of look around and make sure there's like I'm putting
So
it somewhere.
so the cap is the shield still has a flask built into it, and there's a cap at the top, so you can drink out of drink your booze out of the flask while you're still like holding the shield wrapped around your wrist. And then if you put the cap back on, it turns back into a flask.
It's gonna take me a bit to actually figure that out.
Okay, got it. That makes sense. So you sit it down on just leaning up against the desk or something, and open up the letter. It says, let me actually copy and paste it so you can read along in case, because I have problems listening to people read, so I want to make it accessible to anyone else that does. I'm going to paste it into Roll20's chat so you can sort of read along. The formatting will be a little weird, but all right. Okay. Dearest Frank, my time at Linwood Cove is not over yet, so do not miss me too much. I shall assist you if you seek vengeance against. Ooh, this is a little juicy. No one else. Pretend like no one else read this. If you seek vengeance against the Phoenix, for I seek to undo his wrongdoings. I gave you a magical weapon to protect yourself against the supernaturals if needed. You are also welcome at Elseworld's Cyber Cafe if you need any help or any useful information against the Phoenix. Keep in mind, Darla is still a patron. Your relationship with her is within your regards, but keep that in mind. By the time I return, we should have enough time and resources to stop and dispel him, hopefully forever. With love and sincerity, Keen. Okay, so I'm going to make sure to delete chat before next time, and let's hope that Eliza doesn't catch up on this episode. But I didn't know it was that juicy. May have not read it till just now. But anyway, yeah, you got a juicy letter from Keen. Ooh, cool. So while that's settling in and you're helping clean up the dog jerky, what else?
Is there a way for you to take that letter and put it in like my inventory?
Yeah, actually, of your character sheet, I will.
Or
Yeah,
like
I will
my
do
library
that.
is.
I will do that. Yeah.
Thing? Yeah. So we don't have to do it like right now, but.
Oh, cool. There's a new. Hold up. There's a new hide message option in Roll20. Look at that. Good job, Roll20. You prepared us for today. All right.
Excellent.
All right, so yes, I will put it because right now it's in the GM notes attached to your character sheet. So all I have to do is copy and paste it and move it up into a different section.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so we will move on. So I've got like a set order. Let's see. Next is going to be Andy's character, and then after that we will move on to Janie's character, and then sorry Olivia, but you will end up going last if that's okay. And then when Olivia goes, that's when we will bring our guest in. Just kind of giving everybody, heads up front. All right, so describe your character and what sort of situation they're in, where they're at, what they're up to, what's going on, whatever you want.
Yeah. What time of day is it right now? Would we say?
About 4 p.m.
About 4 p.m. All right.
Gets dark around 6.
Yeah, right now, Max Wells is tending to the olive garden that he maintains, an olive orchard. He has a very packed day. He keeps very, very busy, at least for the time that he's awake. He goes to bed early. He needs to sleep. But you see there's an old man. He's 68 years old, long white hair, big, unruly beard, backwards baseball cap, and he's out there wandering around these 50, 60 different olive trees. You can see that there have been some olive trees that, well, aren't there anymore, but there's a couple of them that are doing really, really well. He actually just harvested those a little while ago. He's got some brining. He has a constant rotation of olives that he makes. He also has a constant rotation of gin that he distills, as well as making a lot of other things. But yeah, right about now, he is tending to the olive trees and changing out the water of those olives that are currently working. He's got a couple of different batches that are going to be done at different times throughout the next couple of weeks.
Okay. I love that. Okay. Yeah, so do you have any other employees that work at the ecological park, or is this all you?
It's mostly all him. There's a few other people that are around, but as far as, especially in this part, this is technically part of the park property, but this is more of his general area, so people can come and visit, but it's not one of the most sought after areas of the park.
Okay.
And he is currently in the Linwood Park Ecological Park, Linwood Cove Ecological Park, which he did help set up and was one of the main people in charge of protecting the environment. After doing a lot of protection of the people of the city, he moved off to that right now.
Okay. Interestingly enough, you haven't had any encounters with Gilbert, aka Gilly, your friend, special swamp friend, and any of these other employees yet. So Gilly's seems kind of intelligent in regards to hiding from people that you've told him to hide from. So that's a sign of intelligence for Gilbert that's a little bit higher than your kind of maybe your typical pet.
Mm-hmm. And he earlier this morning, whether he was successful or not, he always does go out to see if he can find Gilly, and if they find him, if he can find him, he spends his lunch hour over there at his little lagoon, trying to do some training with his little cans of Vienna sausage. But whether or not he finds him every day is hit or miss. So
you're contemplating how this morning you were unable to find him, and it kind of bummed you out a bit.
Yeah.
But let's say maybe you're on the edge of the swamp where he likes to hang out. A short walk to where he's been nesting. And you do hear some pretty heavy rustling coming from the water in the direction that he was at. You couldn't find him this morning, but you think you might be able to hear him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go look.
All right. When you get there, you see. Could you go ahead and? I know you sent me the description. Do you mind going ahead and describing to us what Gilly looks like at this point?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Gilly right now is still. He's kind of a moving ball of reddish-green vines. He started about the size of a softball, and then he started to grow a lot bigger. Right now, he is outgrown the 20-gallon tank, and he has moved into the lagoon. He's about the size of a medium dog right now. Still very young feeling, kind of like a puppy-like tendencies a lot of the time. He has the plant-like vines that have joined with more scaled tendrils at the same time, so he can grab and move with those ones in particular. There's gaps in the vines that that show up when he wants to. Max has found out that he has eyes in there. They are two large yellow amphibian-like eyes, and recently figured out that the food does go into a mouth. He does have one of those in there too. There's a couple of small serrated teeth. He eats things pretty quick though. Whenever he does climb out of the water, which he doesn't tend to, but when he does, he leaves a trail of slime around. And those quickly start to sprout very strange flowers that Max has been kind of collecting and replanting and trying his best to take care of, but they're a little finicky here. And he smells of fresh rain and mud wherever he goes, just like in the air.
I love that. Okay. Speaking of him eating, you see him hunched over on the banks of the lagoon he's been nesting in. Did we lose him? Are we good? Are we still alive?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, cool.
But the overlay did change.
Oh.
Yeah, it shifted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, but
It's okay. We can. I think that's okay. Mitch will fix it eventually.
Yeah, we're back. It just fixed itself.
All right, cool. There we go. Ooh, it's getting fixed. All right. So you're he's hunched over something. You can't quite tell what it is because the thing that he's hunched over is covered in mud and sticks and little rocks. But you can tell that it is the body of something that's not moving.
God damn it, Gilly.
And when you get a little closer, you examine it, and it's a deer, a full-size male buck, big, sturdy thing. It's one of its legs has been devoured at this point, and it's just kind of eating away at the deer, at the deer's core, using its tentacles to kind of hold the thing down while it does so. And it looks up at you when it notices you, and it wipes away the blood off of where its mouth would be, and opens up its little vines to reveal like a grinning serrated mouth and the cute yellow eyes. And you didn't advise me on what kind of noises it makes, so I'm gonna wing it. And it kind of looks up at you and it's like,
well, I mean, I gotta admit that is impressive. I did not know you could do that. I guess I need to feed you a little bit more often. This is good to know. Is this where you've been all morning?
And instead of answering the question, it starts to kind of convulse.
Oh, shit.
And its tentacles are like slapping the mud, splashing mud, water up on you, and maybe even a little blood and gore too. And you see where basically kind of on top of its head, where its head would be if it had one, in relation to its eyes, the vines part ways again, much like it was revealing its mouth. But something's starting to push up through like a membrane at first until the membrane snaps.
Okay.
And then you see what looks to be like antlers sprouting from the head of the creature. Except these antlers have thorns on them, almost like a rose stem.
Well, hell.
All made of bone, of course.
That's new. Also,
they're not very long. They're about 6 inches long.
You okay? That looked a little intense. Okay. Well, hey, that's a good sign. I gotta be honest, Gil. I've seen some weird shit, and that was wild, man. Like.
And then it holds up a leg and offers you like a severed deer haunch.
Thank you. Yeah, I do take it.
Yeah, you can cook that up later.
Yeah. I mean, we don't waste things here. You know me better than that, Gil.
Clean the slobber off.
That's good eating.
It's good eating. Absolutely. Well, I guess it's time to start prepping. You want to cook this a little bit, or you like him raw, like it is?
It shakes his head a little bit.
Okay.
Or shakes his whole body.
All right. Well, we'll bring this thing back. We'll put it in the truck. You want to come with me, or you want me to just leave part of it here with you?
It seems to ignore you and just continues to sort of munch down on what's
Yeah,
left.
okay. All right. Hey, Gail, are you gonna start popping more things out if I let you just exist out here and eat things? Wonderful. Me neither, bud.
He put it tentacle. If I use my hands, they're tentacles. Like it's clear that Gil understands basic English, or at least the intent of what you're saying.
Well, okay. Hey, you check in with me tomorrow morning? Yeah? Or tonight. I mean, stop on by.
He responds with a bunch of splashing as he drags the corpse down into the bottom of the lagoon.
All right, well, I'll see you later. Shit. Oh, this guy. He's a cutie, though, as he brings the leg of deer back to the truck.
Yeah. Just as you get back around the truck, you can feel your phone buzzing in your pocket, and then your ringtone for Tori comes on, and it's like I don't know what I guess Tori's ringtone. What ringtone would you have for Tori? You think, knowing what little bit I guess you know about the NPC.
We're not gonna take it.
All right, that's perfect.
I think that'd be cool.
No, that's perfect for Tori, actually. Yeah, so that song starts playing and their phone buzzing and.
All right, okay. I put the bloody meat down. Just like wipe my hands on my shirt. Oh shit! Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Right this second, and I look down at this bloody hands and this leg of deer.
Yeah, right this second.
I'm at the Olive Garden.
The Olive Garden. Oh, the Olive.
Yeah. Sorry, orchard. I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, I know which one.
You should know that by
now. I just like messing with you.
Oh.
Hey, old man.
Hey,
I need a favor. All right.
All right. What's up?
Well, Vicky broke down, and you know Vicky is this badass, like old school Dodge Challenger, like black Dodge Challenger, like that Tori drives. Vicky broke down, having the alternator replaced. I'm just thinking, you know, you got that old beat up thing of yours. You think you could drive me up to the drain? It's down by the beach at the end of the boardwalk, West End.
What time you thinking? Like right now?
Oh no, the show's not till 11 p.m.
Oh, that's tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to. Well,
it's a little past my bedtime. I can make an exception tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Those fingers, you know, they're the ones running this show, and the only damn way we're gonna let something like that happen in our town while inviting, you know, regular citizens into it is if we got a little bit of a presence there. So me and a couple of the boys are gonna be down there on security. So I mean, I'll get you in for free. I know it might not be your thing, but you get free drinks.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on coming over to the lodge anyway tonight, but we can change that. I mean, I could pick you up over there, and we could head over to this thing.
Yeah, ain't nothing happened over at the lodge tonight anyway.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it slipped my mind. I forgot what night it was, but no, definitely.
Yeah, we were gonna have a band play tonight, but our stage isn't exactly the most structurally sound thing after the whole mess with those fucking Fae freezing our whole damn bar. Anyway, I don't like talking about it. It's been a constant headache this whole month. We've been dealing with so much fucking mold. Do you understand? A whole building, when it thaws out, mold just grows and spreads everywhere. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that sounds like it's so shitty. But I'm almost done with those bar stools, and the table repairs are on their way. I was planning on bringing some of those finished ones over today. Yeah, but if you want them tomorrow, we can figure that out too.
You got one of those big ass fans that like dries shit out, like you put on the floor?
I think I got some. Whether it works or not, we'll figure it out. But
well, you know, you could fix it.
I'll make it work before I come over. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't fix it to where it won't catch on fire like that space heater you gave me.
Okay. Well, to be fair, that was the electrical tape's fault. It should have stuck better than that.
Yeah, well, we'll shop. Maybe we won't bargain shop for our tapes.
It was on. It doesn't matter. I got more stuff now.
Love you, old man.
You're right, though. Yeah, okay.
I'll see you tonight, all right? I got something to do.
Okay, Tora. I'll see you later.
All right. She hangs up. And yeah, we'll move. Unless you have anything specific else you would like to do, just real quick. I'm gonna come back to everyone obviously after we do intros of everything, but I'll move on to it.
Yeah, no. Max's next goal is to drive the truck back to the little shack that he lives in. Prep it a little bit for dinner because he is going to eat this tonight.
Yeah.
But he's going to go on his afternoon run first, about 5 o'clock, and then 6 is dinner time, and at 7 o'clock he's working on whatever he needs to work on, finding that fan. That's his next couple of plays.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so we will move on to Celeste. All right, Celeste.
So what time is it again?
It's about 4 p.m., 3 or 4 p.m., whatever. If depending on where I get your characters up to.
Well, so you see, Celeste is at work, but she is eating some French fries instead of working. Like, okay, her office building is a very generic office building. I mean, like you walk in, you go into the office part of it, and it's this ugly gray carpet. It's got cubicles that are like the ugly shade of beige gray.
Oh.
And lots of people are just like typing away at something. And it was really boring. And you see Celeste, her workstation, she's got a giant like rainbow tapestry up. She's got a miniature flailing arm guy.
Oh, I love that. Like a little tiny. Oh, those are so funny. That's so funny. Mini tube man.
She's like 2 or 3 of them. She's got
I want one of those.
Celia Celeb. She's got like a full size cutout from like a store or something of. I've got to think of some random celebrity that.
Hugh Jackman.
Yes, Hugh Jackman.
All right, perfect. From Wolverine, like 3 or 2 or something. One of the random Wolverines where he was just kind of by himself.
She's got a leg on it, and she's just like eating.
Oh, he's got a leg.
Yeah, leg on it. Just eating her fries. Probably sitting on her desk, not typing away on a computer, not doing any of the office things that everybody else is doing.
Yeah, I assume she doesn't adhere to the dress code either.
No, she is. She's a woman with like kind of a medium dark brown skin, and she's got this. I'm going to say she's got a tiara on.
A tiara, perfect.
Light.
It lights up.
Yeah.
Oh, like at a rave or something?
No, this is something she got from Spirit Halloween.
Got Spirit Halloween, got it, okay.
And she's sitting on her desk. She's got a nightclub dress on.
Perfect. Okay.
Just eating fries.
So your boss, Angelo, he's a tall, kind of hefty, disheveled looking, his wife probably hates him. He probably hates his wife type guy. One of those types of guys that seems overworked. He comes over. He's got a kind of a thick black beard and like a black ponytail. And he's like, hey Celeste, I like that. I like that tapestry. I don't think it's regulation, but that's okay, we've had that talk a bunch and seems to get us nowhere, but you're a good worker. I have some terrible news though. Terrible news.
Did Dairy Queen close?
No, the Dairy Queen's still open. But you remember how I keep saying like, no hate, but I keep saying like, can you order smaller orders of Dairy Queen so you can eat them all while you're downstairs instead of putting them in the fridge in the break room? Remember how I say that sometimes?
No.
Okay. Well, sometimes I say that maybe once a day or so or twice. but it seems as if I was counting earlier, and we've got about 23 23 uneaten containers of various Dairy Queen desserts that have completely taken over the only break room fridge we have. And I might be the boss or whatever, but there's someone higher up above me that I have to ask for fridge money from, and they are not happy. I tried getting another fridge in here instead of trying to throw everything out, but I had to throw everything out. Is what I'm saying. All of them. You're not mad at me, are you?
Um, did you throw away the mint one too?
Yeah, we threw all of them away. We didn't really look at the flavors.
Okay, can you come with me to Dairy Queen and get some more, please? Yeah, you're coming with me. Let's go.
Yes.
Let me find my shoes.
Sure.
Shoes, are they under there? Can you look under my chair? Are my shoes there?
You can find those real quick. Listen, okay, I have a meeting with
everybody
logistics.
Oh, with logistics?
Yeah.
Do you still have that thing for Sherry and logistics?
No, my wife found out about that.
Oh, okay. We should go to Dairy Queen together. Let's go. Come on. Let's have the meeting now.
Listen, I've got to have this meeting first. It's in my office. Meet me in 30 minutes and I'll buy you all the Dairy Queen you want. You just have to promise not to put it back in the fridge in the break room.
So, a meeting in your office?
Yeah, my office, just down the hall here.
Do I need shoes for that meeting?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Is it my meeting? Am I running it?
No, I'm going to be locking my door while I talk to logistics.
Oh, you're locking your door?
Yeah, just because it's an important call. Only higher ups only.
Who are you talking to?
Logistics.
Who's in the room with you?
Oh, no one. It's a Zoom call.
Oh, okay. It's that kind of meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll leave you alone. Let me get my markers.
Okay. Thank you. And in 30 minutes, I will be right back out.
And with Dairy Queen, you and me, and not Sherry, right?
No, Sherry. I'm not allowed to talk to Sherry unless it's business related, and I'm not 100% sure getting an ice cream treat. Huh?
You know what you need? A wand. And she's gonna whip out a plastic sparkling wand and hand it to you.
Thank you. I will hold on to this for my meeting. For good luck.
Your meeting. You enjoy that meeting. I'm gonna put a big sign on your door saying "Private meeting. Do not open."
Thank you. Perfect. And a very defeated Angelo lets out a very big sigh. Happy sigh. Don't worry. And he turns around and heads back down the hall and kind of shuts his door pretty hard. And you hear a couple of different locks. About 15 or 20 minutes pass. And you can hear... You heard him talking during the meeting the whole time, kind of because your office is so close and the walls are so thin. It's like one of those open floor offices that has little individual private offices, but there's no roof or anything, so you can still hear conversations and stuff. And you hear the conversation seems to get a little heated. You can't really quite understand exactly what they're saying, but
you can get my head over.
Yeah, you can get a little closer, and you walk a couple of doors down and just sort of stand there in the hallway, and you can hear it perfectly. You hear okay, yep, someone's here to talk to me. I will talk to you later. Thank you. All right. Listen, man. Why are you at my work? And you hear, because I knew I could reach you here. And then Angelo responds, okay, my wife's been doing great since we made that deal. Everything's been working perfectly. I know you wanted me to quit my job and to help run the accounting for your business, but things are going for me pretty good here. I don't care if you were promoted. You will work for me for 20 years in exchange for your wife's life. I need to get my finances in order. Okay. Yeah. Can you meet me out? Can I meet you outside in the parking garage? No, you're coming with me now. And you hear, "Ah!" And then it is muted, and everybody's like sticking their heads out of their office. Like, what the hell was that? Did you see what happened, Celeste? What happened?
Yeah, he was supposed to take me to Dairy Queen and replace all the stuff from the break room.
Oh. And you notice this person kind of like slyly puts away one of your half-eaten like blizzards. They had apparently like snuck it and were like eating it.
Hey, you know what? Your charges are going to break for a week straight. You're not going to be able to charge your phone.
You just heard the screaming. We need to.
Okay.
Can you open? And the girl, she's it's like a shorter, probably about 5'3", brown haired, like a white girl who looks just to be completely out of her element and kind of freaking out. And she runs over and opens the door, and you see a dark puff of like almost like of smoke or smog or something just sort of erupts from the office and dissipates in red, like a red sparkling energy.
Well, I guess I'm not going to Dairy Queen to get my replacement. And I'm going to like glare at the person eating my blizzard.
We need to get security down here, and the office kind of gets all frantic and stuff, and security comes in and starts kind of and just you feel like you're in your environment. You feel very comfortable because everything's just extremely chaotic right now.
Yeah.
Like everyone's scrambling around, like trying to figure out what the hell just happened to this guy.
Yeah, so are we going to Dairy Queen, anybody?
No one's got time for Dairy Queen, Celeste. Angelo's missing. Something's on fire in here. What the fuck? Why are you so focused on ice cream?
Because I really like it.
Oh my god. Your phone starts ringing. Angel's calling you. What is Angel's ringtone?
Probably like what? I can't think of it. Oh my gosh. It's just something. It's a generic Nokia tone.
Got it. And you answer it.
Shouldn't I?
Do you answer?
I like kind of look at it for a minute and at the chaos. Kind of like I'm happy about the chaos, but then I answer it. Why not?
Yeah, more chaos. Why not? With answer your ex. Okay. You hear Angel talk. She says, "Hey."
Hi. They took my Dairy Queen away.
Oh, that's so unfortunate, Celeste. Are you doing okay? I mean,
No,
how have things been?
I'm really upset about this, and they're all worried about my my direct supervisor going missing, and I don't
Someone
care.
Missing? Oh,
Yeah, it's not
that's
a big
so
deal.
sad. Yeah.
Well, he shouldn't have done what he did. So too bad for him.
Oh,
But I need a blizzard.
does someone need hurting?
Well, I already took somebody's charging ability away, but there's plenty of people running around up here.
This boss of yours, what did he do to you?
Oh no, he's already working for some demon or something. I don't know. I think he made a deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of that anyway. Hey, I've missed you like a lot. Like, and just the last time I saw you, you were so pretty in that flannel dress and the denim boots, and I was thinking maybe you wanted to go to a show with me tonight, like.
Yeah, sure, why not? But only a show, okay?
Okay. Yeah, it's at the drain, west end of the boardwalk. There's like a vamp group that's coming in, that's traveling into town.
Is it
They're
your group?
No, 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 no. No,
Okay.
they have the dumbest name, Eldritch Money Shot. I don't know what is it, like a Cthulhu did porn or something. Jeez, it's ridiculous.
That would be interesting to play it work like a big screen of it and see what people do.
Well, yeah, we could stream it. Yeah, if you want to set it up on like your computer or something. I don't know
Yeah,
how good you are with computers, but
I'll do that.
hey,
You know what? I'm done working today anyway.
oh, excellent.
I don't.
Clock it out early.
You're supposed to clock out. What?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Jobs are different. I haven't had a job in like 150 years. So, um,
Yeah, I
but
don't
yeah,
know. I think I did my work today, so I'm just going to leave because my boss is gone and they took all my Dairy Queen. So I'm really upset about that.
yeah. Listen, if you need me to fuck anybody up over your Dairy Queen, I don't mind. Like, I feel for you that deeply.
Um, yeah, and she's going to name the person that took her.
Okay, excellent. Angelo and Vicky both had something to do with it. Vicky
Yeah,
was eating
they
yours.
give me another fridge for work because they said the fridge was too small.
Oh, well, I haven't. I don't know if a freezer could be of use, but maybe it can be turned down or something. I've got an old freezer that I kept bodies in for a while in the '80s that I could clean out.
Oh yeah, perfect. And I can put some stickers on it. It'll be great.
Excellent. I'll clean that out for you. But yeah, so I don't know. Obviously, I can't go outside right now. Fucking sun's out. We know how that works. But it goes down on 6:20. Hold on, let me check my app. 6:24 today. So, meet me anytime after that. I mean, you know where I live.
Yeah, I'll meet you there. I'll bring nothing.
Excellent. Does that mean you're going to bring nothing? Like you're going to be wearing nothing, or are you going to bring nothing?
No, I got arrested that time I did that.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm not
unfortunate.
supposed to just walk around like that.
Maybe 50 years from now, things will be different. Anyway, well, I will see you. I'll be ready at, like I said, 6:45, 7.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we can go have dinner or something. The show's not till 11. So.
So you want to have dinner?
Yeah, I'll buy.
Okay. I'll make sure to wear my hair up for you, just for you.
Thank you so much. Later, sweetheart.
Bye.
And she hangs up. The very clingy kind of, and she seems sweet, but there's just this sense of overbearing vampire like in her voice, and like how she's like she's just manipulative no matter what
Yeah,
she
Celeste
does.
looks like super annoyed by it.
But you like free dinner.
Yeah. And I want the freezer so that they don't eat all my ice
They have
cream.
lots of good desserts at restaurants.
But not Blizzard.
No, but they work, They're not as good.
But
Nothing, and you make sure to always tell the waiter that nothing compares to the DQ Blizzard, and they should probably step their game up.
Yeah.
Something.
I think when she does leave the office, I think she's going to accidentally knock a couple of cubicle walls down too.
Oh, okay.
So there's
That-
just extra
that's great.
chaos.
The one guy that always sleeps at his desk is like startled and awakened, and is loses one of his earbuds. And he's like struggling to go down there and get it. All right, so so you leave work without clocking out as usual. So we will move on to Olivia. So Olivia, if you could go ahead and describe your character, maybe where they're at, and kind of like what they're up to right now, and I will continue with kind of what I've got.
Yeah. So Olivia's in her house right now. And for those of you who watch Charmed, she lives in the same house, but different. So we'll say kind of like the attic space where they hide the book is kind of like her study / library / store my other crap from the family location. So you kind of see kind of like this huge old like vintage 1800s desk. You got bookshelves, and if you kind of take a closer look at first, like, oh, normal books, college student, but you start looking, and it's like grimoires and weird old tomes with like human skin or spell books written in blood, just like really spooky, weird stuff. Anyway, she has some like textbooks out. It looks like she's kind of doing some homework, and instead of doing the homework, she's tapping an empty bullet case on the desk, and she's scrolling through stuff about the Arnold Buck sightings in one of the in the power districts. And Arnold Buck's kind of this old school magician who had died because someone decided to put a real bullet instead of a fake bullet into the gun during one of his
Gnarly.
magic shows. So she's just kind of like, she's supposed to be doing homework, but she's really distracted and wants to get trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, sorry. All right. So yeah, you're I'll say Julia. Is it okay if Julia just left
Mhm.
a few minutes prior to this? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So Julia's not quite there. But she calls you
Okay.
on your phone or texts you. That's more of a thing that people your age would do, right? So yeah, you get a text from Julia
Okay.
inviting you. It roughly says, I need help. I need somebody to watch my back. I'm gonna be, as you know, my thesis is on Roman ceremonial magic. And there's some kind of sketchy guy she's been talking to on the wizard version of Craigslist, which we'll come up with later, I'm sure.
I love
She's been
that.
talking to this guy on Craigslist about purchasing an artifact that he has his hands on and he's done a few magical rituals with.
Okay.
And 1 second. I'm just making sure I have everything pulled up. Okay. Yeah, Craig's spell. That's perfect. So it's been talking to this person on Craig's spell, and they are kind of like a sketchy, like hedge witch type
Okay.
person, and they're like, and this academic student type person that Julia is, she doesn't necessarily trust him, and it's at like a weird vampire rock and roll show too. So she just wants
Okay.
somebody to come out with her and have her back. And in exchange, she left you a little something on your nightstand that
Okay.
might
So
help
I
you
head
with
down to my
your
room.
search for Arnold Buck.
Okay. So I text back. I'm like, "Where's the show at? I'll be there." Do I need to bring anything in particular when dealing with these sketchy folks? And
Bring
I
a
start
few
walking downstairs.
any wards if you have them, personal
Okay.
wards that we could like wearable ones,
Okay.
anything like that. Make sure your spell power is charged for the evening before going in, obviously, because it's kind of something that like wizards have to do in this game. They gotta like
Okay.
channel, and so make sure you're channeled and ready to go is what she said. And
Okay.
but she says things shouldn't pop off or anything. She's just paranoid.
Okay. So
Maybe
I
bring
head
some
down.
earplugs.
I head down to my room and I open like my wardrobe, and it's just like not a normal wardrobe, but like I'd
Yeah.
say like the doors do have like all these like witchy talismans. Like they have like the kind of like the pointer from the Ouija board and just different kind of like stuff like this. Like
Yeah.
and then there's other like robes and wand, all kinds of magician's crap in there. And then oh, I put one on. I put one on that has kind of like the little Ouija board pointer on it. And I go see what's on the nightstand because I'm kind of curious.
Okay. Yeah, in a little baggie, like a little sandwich baggie, like Ziploc, there is an old button.
Is it a button?
Yeah, an old button, and
Okay.
there's a little Post-it note on the other side of the baggie. You flip it over, and on the Post-it note, written in Julia's handwriting, it says, "This is this is a button from the shirt that Arnold Buck was wearing the night that he was killed.
God, yeah.
Which could help you with a simple tracking spell.
Ooh, I put that in the special pocket because like all her clothes have all kinds of weird little like pockets and places because she yeah, so she's gonna put that in like the extra special pocket.
Excellent. You want to? Are you interested
I
in
might take a
perhaps
look at it
doing the
first.
tracking spell?
Ah, sure. So
Yeah, we could go ahead and knock that sucker out and see
yeah.
see if you can get some info before
All
going
right.
out to
Yeah, I'll
the.
take a look at it.
Okay, so
So
let's.
rolling sixes. How many do I need to roll?
Okay, so let's see. Wizard first has to do a channeling check.
Okay.
Um,
You might have to tell me
so
what to roll.
you are
So
when you
sorry.
channel and collect your magics, you roll with spirit. So roll 2d6 plus your spirit, which
Okay.
is a 1. You just call it
That's
out.
allowed. 7 plus 1, so 8.
8. Okay. Let's see. On a miss. Okay, so you can. All right. So on a success, you collect 3 and choose 1 from the list below. So you have 3 hold. That's essentially like 3 mana, and you spend a
Okay.
hold to cast a spell. And in order to
Okay.
get more mana, you got to channel again. So you got a hit, so that means you get 3 hold if you want to take note of that somewhere.
Okay.
And you can choose one of these below. You can either take -1 ongoing until you rest, which would be just like a -1 to all your rolls until you rest again. You're like almost like cursed slightly.
Okay.
You can suffer 1 harm, armor piercing in case you have armor, it pierces it, or you can mark a corruption.
Oof. And how much harm do I get? Like, how much can I
Let's see. You
sustain? And can
have
I get that back?
yeah, like faint harm. You can sleep faint harm damage off.
Okay.
But you have 1 faint, 2 serious, 2 critical, and like, if you took a critical wound, that might take like a visit to the emergency room or something to get rid of. You know what I mean? Or like some magic healing from the Fae character. Whichever one.
Yeah. I need to be useful for the team, so I'll probably just take the harm. So.
Okay. Corruption's also an option, I will say. Corruption's not like the absolute worst thing because it does take a while to actually become fully corrupt. But it's like you giving in to your like power hungry side, sort of.
I don't know. I'm not sure that this. I don't know. I don't think she's ready for that.
Okay,
So.
not ready for the dark
Yeah,
side. Yeah,
she's
got
very like.
it.
Got to be an ethical.
I love
magician.
it. Okay, so you drain.
So,
You just some of your energy gets drained, and you feel like fatigued.
okay.
From doing your channeling. But now you have 3 hold. So the way tracking works, it says you can spend 1 hold to learn the location of a specific person. You must have a personal object that belongs to that target or recent leavings of their body, a lock of hair, fingernail clipping, their blood, etc. So this you could track down Arnold Buck, and you have time before the show tonight, since the show's at 11, to go and maybe try and
Oh yeah, I am.
hunt them down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so doing that. So I've got my button.
All right.
And yeah, I'll see if I can track.
Oh yeah, you don't have to roll anything, so just describe to us what your tracking spell looks like. What the cast.
Okay. So as Olivia is standing there with the button, like at first she's holding it, but the button begins to like suspend itself and it starts to like spin. You kind of see like some really faint kind of like black wisps of like mana kind of around her. And she's kind of like meditating on this object and casting.
Okay. That's perfect. Your vision starts to travel into the sky almost like a drone. And it just like it goes through the ceiling of the building you're in straight into the clear sky of today, which the weather's rather nice. You've got good visibility. You begin to just fly across the land. You're not quite as high as like a commercial airliner, but you're pretty high up, and you're flying across the land, and you quickly hone down in onto an old theater called Old Town Theater. this place has all sorts of different performances, as movies, but it also has live performance as well, including magic shows and stuff.
Okay.
Which I just have a handout I was able to just show you in our Roll20, but that's not necessary to show on stream because I don't know if all the images are copyright safe, so we will just let that so but yeah, Old Town Theater, just as like so anytime a new location pops up and someone goes to it, whether it's astrally projecting or physically going there, I will read the little entry we have for the location, so that way we can kind of introduce the setting as well as we go along. So Old Town Theater, this was a location created by our player Glyza, who will be here next week playing Darla the Tainted. So this is a place that plays old movies. It should have been closed down by now, but not many people go to watch movies there. But it's still open somehow. It says it's probably being used as a front for illegal activities like money laundering or something. So that's kind of a rumor within itself. But that's just kind of like what people figure. Like, oh, this place has got to be doing some money laundering if it's still open all these years. That's
super sketch.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
It's not in the greatest part of town either,
Okay.
but like in terms of county maintenance, the roads are pretty fucked leading into it. It's kind of one of the older parts of town that a lot of people don't really even live at anymore. But yeah, your vision kind of zooms in onto this place and just kind of hones in onto the theater itself. And then the spell breaks.
Okay.
So you have where Arnold Buck is.
Do I have time to go there now, or do I?
Yep,
for the
that
show
would be perfect because I figure we can have you go there and then you'll see.
So
have you go there and then we'll go on break after that scene.
Okay, yeah. So I just like grab my hoodie. I open up the cupboard again, and you see kind of like an antique pistol. I grab that.
Ooh,
I grab a
nice.
bag, and you hear like bullets encasing shingling in there, and I'm
Gotcha.
just slamming, like just grabbing stuff, pocket knife, putting it in my messenger bag, and I'm hoofing it. So.
Okay. All right. And what type of vehicle was it that you drive?
I think did I do a Jeep, like an old Jeep TJ or something?
Let's see. Oh, wait, I have
like
it right
an
here.
old
What am I
junky
asking
Jeep.
you for? Let's see.
So.
You have a crappy car. Yeah, CJ Jeep.
Oh yeah, an old CJ. I went really old. Yeah, I got the old CJ. It's really loud and chuggy when it starts.
You got mud tires on that thing, so it makes the.
Oh yeah.
All right, you're just trucking it literally.
Yeah.
Down the road. Let's see about how far. It's not really that relevant. Number of minutes pass by. It's a short ride. You get a few songs in, and you get down there over to the Old Town Theater, which is by the water. It's behind the boardwalk, not on the boardwalk, and most things that are on the boardwalk are really the attraction. So it's kind of like
San
it's kind of forgotten back there,
Okay.
But yeah, you pull up and there's a busted old cracked parking lot that you easily get into with your Jeep. It's quite a bumpy ride, but you get there. And what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll say I have like a soft top on the Jeep, so I just get out. I don't even bother locking the doors. Soft top, anyone can unzip and get in. So, I just kind of like look in the front. Is there like anyone around? Any activities look open, or is it just like boarded up? Or
it looks open. But you're the only person parked there besides one other car that's kind of parked around the side. You would think where the employees go.
Is there like a dumpster or anything on the sides?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like I get back in my car and I like find some like trash on the floor. Like I'm gonna head over to the dumpster and act like I'm gonna throw something away.
Okay.
What do I do? I like toss something away. Just kind of like see if anyone's kind of following me once I get to the side of the building. Do I see anyone kind of following or anything?
You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do see someone. You don't see anyone following you, but you do peeking around the back. Spencer, go ahead and describe what your character looks like.
Yeah. I think Mikhail's probably currently manifested so he can be seen and heard, but not touched.
Okay.
And you see what appears to be maybe a younger man, probably mid-20s. Kind of, I'm not sure what the right word is. He's Greek, so kind of like
Okay.
slick back, black
cool.
hair, well-kept facial hair. The one thing that's a little bit odd about him, he's wearing sort of this like nice white dress shirt, khaki pants. However, like as the wind sort of brushes his hair back, you just see in his right temple there's sort of like a perpetually bleeding bullet wound.
Okay. So I'm like, hey there. You use cards much? You card guy?
Not usually.
Okay. What's your name?
Mikhail. What's yours?
Olivia.
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Oh, just looking around. You know, you ever heard of the urban exploration? I'm really into that lately.
I didn't know the term until today, but I've probably met a few of them.
And is he dressed of this era, or is he dressed like from a different time period?
He looks like he's dressed for the period of like around the
Okay.
same time that Arnold Buck died.
Oh, okay, so early 1900s. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So how about you? What brings you to the old theater?
I guess I live here.
Yeah, nice. Okay. What do you do here? Do you work here, or you one of the performers?
I don't think they really know I'm here, so
Yeah, your secret's safe with me. Yeah. So what's around back? I'm just kind of curious. Like, could you give me a tour? Like, since you know the place so well.
I guess since he's lived here, looking at the car that's there, is there currently somebody in the building, or has that car been there for a long time?
That's a good question. It's a junker, but there's just like a guy that like one person that runs this place, just like some old guy who's probably been running it for a long time.
Okay.
He knows you.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure at this point.
We could say his name is Michael Michael Benson. Older guy. So like older black guy with bald hair, and some pretty thick glasses, and dresses kind of like a 70-year-old guy you would expect, like with some plaid and some khakis,
I get the imagery. Yeah. He looks over to Olivia. It's just like, yeah, we can. Sure, Michael won't mind. Sure, come on in.
Okay. And I have a question, like, out of game. So if someone is a spirit, do your hands just like through them, or are they more like tangible in this world? Like, what would I know about kind of like spirits in this?
I think they could manifest differently, and he's specifically manifesting as visible, but your touch would go through him.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like as we're going in, I might like, as we're like talking and conversing, I might like do a casual, like you would with a friend, like, oh, hey, you know, like
shoulder touch or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it just slides right through.
I'm
cold.
I'm sus right now. I'm like, man, this gotta be him. It's gotta be.
You do know that Arnold Buck looked very different from me, right?
And does he look different than the magician?
Yeah. All the pictures of Arnold Buck are, fuzzy old pictures, but yeah, you can kind of tell it
Okay.
is a different person. But
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm listening for the tour then.
Well,
yeah, so you go around, you explore the place. It's like there's like a section for live theater and a section for like movies to play. So it's
And
two different like theater halls
okay. And
with
do they
stages.
have like an old basement or an old attic that might have like old props or
Yep,
maybe
definitely.
stuff people left? I don't
Yeah,
know.
and Michael, when y'all walk in, Michael just sort of uh, sees Mikhail and another person with him, and just sort of nods and get back to reading or back to doing crosswords in the newspaper as you walk by.
Okay.
But and yeah, and there's a door that says employees only that you can tell is going downstairs.
Okay, cool. And do you think there's like a section that might have like old magician stuff or anything by chance? Or what
Um,
kind of stuff is down there?
yeah, there's all sorts of different stage props, um, like tons of from tons of different types of performances. So yeah, there might be like a box of like old magic stuff. Um, you can look around. Both of you, between the two of you, looking around for something like that, you do find some antiques from the era you're looking for. They're not necessarily divided up as like magic or stage performance or this
Okay.
play that play.
Just
It's just like stuff from the 1920s or something is what the way the box is
okay,
labeled.
cool. So as I'm like holding up odds and ends, I pick up like a huge feather boa and I'm like, so like have you ever used any of this stuff? Is any of this yours or
that I believe was maybe from a vaudeville act back when this theater first opened. I don't think most of the stuff that you're looking at currently is mine. Um, s- the layout of this place is confusing sometimes, even though I live here. Um, there is a room here that I use down here. Um, do I really want to show somebody I just met those paintings? Yeah.
paintings? It's very
And this is
Dorian
why
Gray all of a sudden. I am listening.
and this is why you don't talk about. He's 100% talking to himself at this point. It's just like, this is why you. This is why you don't give people tours, Mikhail. That's why Michael handles it, not you. Um,
Besties.
yeah, Michael's 100% Mikhail's best friend. um, hmm. So my art is a little bit different from most. Um, so do you know what? I can't tell how learned you are just looking at you. Do you know what synesthesia is?
Go ahead and tell me about it.
So some people, whenever they, I think the most common one used today is like when some people listen to music, they can see colors
Oh
and
yeah.
paint
Okay.
things based off of that.
Yeah.
Um, mine is kind of like that, but uh, with other people's memories instead.
That's cool. So whose
Um,
memories?
several people's. After, well, this is probably something we should just get out now. I was killed on the very same night that Arnold Buck was.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Behind the building actually that you're in. So
Ooh.
Um, well, when you're an artist like myself and you're there to draw a person during a show, uh, and the person you're drawing is shot and killed, and the person responsible sees someone who can probably very easily describe who it is in the audience. You
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's really awful.
It's out of character. How long has it been at this point? Like close
80
to
years.
like what, 80 years? Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay. It's been a long time. I've more than come to terms with it at this
Okay.
point.
That's fair. So, I don't know, are you interested? I don't know. You want to give me the tour of your art? Is it something you share with people at all, or?
Not very often, but that's because I don't really have too many friends around here other than Michael. And it takes he gets that look on his face like that's a little bit sad.
Oh,
Um, but I'd be more than willing to show you a couple of them.
okay. Yeah, because I don't know. There's been some rumors Arnold Bucks ghost around, and I'm just curious. Like, are any of them related to him? If it's okay to ask.
Not that I can
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
Um, I think I will mark corruption so he is now fully manifested.
Okay.
Which reminds me, let me mark that off real quick, so I don't forget.
Next time I can do it for you if you want. If it's
Okay,
hard
beautiful.
for you to get to. Yeah, I can just go ahead and do it for you. All right, boom.
Thanks.
No problem.
And he sort of takes you to like, I mean, he doesn't need much because look at him. So he sort of just opens the door into what's basically like, probably like the size of a studio part in like downtown Manhattan. It's not very big. And it is just wall to wall, like these different paintings that he's made.
Okay. And what do I see? What are they paintings of?
It is quite akin to synesthesia. It's like these paintings that are all just different colors,
Okay.
intertwined, and the one sort of like most prominently on display is this like Jackson Pollock-esque painting of like blacks and grays with just one small white dot at the center.
Ooh, interesting.
Leland knows what that one is.
I think that might have something to do with your death.
It doesn't in this circumstance. It's about something else, but he sort of walks over to it and it's like, I'm trying to remember when I put that one up.
Yeah, this is really great work. Like, and the one that he's walking toward, I'm like, so tell me about this one. Like, whose memory is this, if it's okay to ask?
Well, I believe this was when I left the Cove for a bit. Took up a job in, I think it was Las Vegas, maybe.
Okay.
Where, with a fee and waivers signed, I would possess others and help them do things they were too scared to do.
What kind of things?
In the case of this one, he's sort of just delaying because he almost doesn't want to talk about it. Group of, I believe it was college girls that were out for spring break, decided they wanted to go base jumping.
Oh.
And pointing to the painting. Hers didn't open.
Oh no. Oh, that's terrible.
Mm.
Brutal. It's got morbid all of a sudden. It's kidding. It's been
Yep.
morbid. It's kind of game it is.
Anyways, tell me about you, so I don't have to remember that at the moment.
No, it's fine. I'm just like, yeah, I attend the Derringer College here. Just study magic. Have to help my parents with shows all the time. Hang out with my friends. Study the arcane, the usual. You know that stuff? You study magic?
I know of it. I'm not the most well versed in it, but
Okay.
I know what it is, at the least.
One
And
thing.
do you-
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one thing while you're talking. You notice behind Mikhail on the wall is a picture, an old like advertisement for a Arnold Buck show here. And
So cool.
it's mostly covered up by boxes, but you just catch a glimpse. You see CK at the bottom, and you're like, that either says Buck or something else.
And I'm like, I'm so like when Olivia has to investigate something or she like gets interested in something, she like really deep dives. And I kind of like, I almost ask them a question and then I'm like, wait. What's this? Is it okay if we look at this? I see like an old like 1920s poster.
Oh.
So I know it's your space, so I don't want to touch anything, but
No,
I'm
you're
very interested in that.
fine. Some of the paintings might still be wet, so I would watch
Okay.
those, but I mean that picture, please just have it up. So
Yeah. And am I able to kind of like take a closer look at the poster?
Oh yeah, of course. Right at that time, you get a look at the poster, and you both are still sort of connected magically, in just even a subtle way.
Okay.
Because the button you are tracking, it's become very evident to you, belongs to Mikhail.
Ah, okay.
Because you could just feel that.
Okay.
Because the magical energy is just so strong still. I mean, your tracking spell is still somewhat active for the
Okay.
evening. You could tell the button came from Mikhail. You start to feel almost like something's tickling the side of your head, but you could tell this is when something telepathic is attempting to
okay.
enter your mind.
Is it from the person I'm talking to? Can I tell who it's from? Like, is it the
Yeah,
person in my
you can
vicinity
tell.
or is it somewhere else?
You can tell it's coming from the poster.
Ooh. Oh, I'm listening. It's probably stupid and not smart, but I'm like, let's see what happens.
The way you interpret this feeling, Spencer, is that Mikhail feels attracted to the poster, much like they would one of their anchors.
Okay.
So both of you, just in your own unique ways, are feeling like this poster is attempting to connect with you, or in some way. Do both of you just sort of give in to it, or attempt to
I asked Mikhail first. I'm like, should we listen to it? What do you think? This is your poster.
Because I'm assuming from Mikhail's standpoint, this has probably happened to him with this poster before.
Yes.
Or
every time it happens, it makes you relive the night that you were killed.
Cool.
Oh no.
But
I don't know that yet, so in character.
No, yeah.
Yeah. He sort of grimaces.
Okay.
we both can, but I can assure you what you're about to see isn't very pretty.
Do you think this experience will have any like value toward figuring out why Buck's ghost is wandering around? Do you think maybe it's like a call for help that he's even been, if that is him and he's being seen, do you think it's like a call for help? Maybe?
Uh, Maybe it's
'Cause I also don't want to traumatize you, you know,
and
like
he
that's gonna be
sort of
horrible to re-experience.
he sort
So
of makes that like same motion of like
yeah.
So both of you give in, and we will go ahead and go on break, and we will be right back with Spencer
Okay.
describing for us what the flashback looks like,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's
All
okay.
right. I like it.
All
Great
right.
cliffhanger.
And we'll be right back. I don't know. All right, cool. Thank you. Awesome. I hope everyone had a fun first half. I know that those
Super
last two
fun.
kind of went a little longer, but we had two characters to kind of introduce at the same time. So, all right, cool. So
Yeah, I need to do bio break real quick. I'm so sorry.
yeah, 10 to 15 minutes, I guess, is good. Let's do 15
Okay.
minutes.
Cool.
Cool.
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Somehow Human on Weave the Tale. We're going to pick back up after our break, which was a bunch of very interesting and unique character introductions and some awesome roleplay so far, even. And we'll go ahead and start back up with our wizard ghost duo. While they try to get to the bottom of where Arnold Buck's spirit has gone to. So take it away, Spencer and Elise. They are in the basement of an old theater with a bunch of dusty boxes surrounding them and hardly any light.
So, as we sort of, I guess it was to an extent, sort of jump back in time. You're taken back to the theater when it was much nicer and much more well kept. This theater is extremely full. As we see sort of Arnold Buck on stage, preparing for an act that probably at this point, because are we in 2022 out of characters? So is this like present day? Okay.
Yeah, modern times. It's it's 2022.
Okay.
It's like February, late February.
Okay, cool. So because it was 1942, an act in magic that probably should have been phased out by this point. Which is the infamous sort of catching the bullet in your mouth. You see Arnold Buck sort of ask if someone, wants to do it and be the one to pull the trigger. And you do see an audience member come up, which I will keep vague because I'm gonna leave that up to Leland, I guess, in terms of what this individual looks like.
Gotcha.
And he sort of, takes the gun from Arnold Buck, and in a way that's very subtle, checks to see if I like to think checks to see what's all in the chamber. And you see him sort of almost seem to like quickly duck one of the bullets out and like palm an actual bullet that was in like under his jacket in his wrist into it, and then quickly flips it back closed. And you proceed to see Arnold Buck get his brains blown out on stage. And as the theater is sort of panicking, you kind of almost see it pan to see a still living Mikhail like trying to quickly sketch the individual that shot him. And the individual notices, and you quickly just cut to seeing Mikhail getting dragged around the back of the building and shot like a rabid dog.
Terrible. And do I still have like Mikhail's ghost next, like incorporeal Mikhail still by me while?
Yeah, physically y'all are there, but mentally you're somewhere else, essentially just viewing this flashback.
Okay, I don't know if he can hear me or not, but I'm like, Mikhail, are you feeling okay? And
you can talk to each other.
After I say that, I'm kind of like, are there clues we need to find? Do we need to seek justice on this person? like what do we need to?
The person who was holding the gun is very hard to focus on. Like anytime you try to look at him, you're like your eyes like dry out. You can't really get a good look at him.
Okay. And as I'm asking this, is there anything of like interest, like anything out of the ordinary, or?
Okay. Let's see.
Despite it being like really heartbreaking to see one of like the great legends of magic like not be alive anymore.
You see. Let me see if there's a move here.
Okay.
That we can use to sort of guide this.
You think it'd be related to
Yeah,
tracking at all?
Let's say since let's go ahead and study a place of power. I would let you do this, Mikhail, but your character's a guest character, so I'll just kind of like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I want you to level up, I'll just say to do it.
Yeah.
But with them, they'll. So the first thing you do is, this is power. So the first thing you do
Okay.
is on your character sheet, Elise, is where you have Mortalis, Night, Power, and Wild, and underneath there are green numbers. There's a checkbox next to each of those numbers. So go ahead and check the next to the number for power. And once you get all 4 of those checked in, you can exchange them for like an advancement.
Okay.
The above, just above that.
Oh. Sorry.
No, it's okay. That those
Oops.
check boxes below that's
Okay.
your character's social status, rank 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I wish there was a way that I could make it a little more obvious, but I might try to figure that out before next game. But yeah, so now you've got power checked, so you just need to check Wild, Night, and Mortalis, which could very well happen at this concert. So,
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 2d6 plus power, so that's plus 2.
1 or 6. Hold on, I rolled the. Yeah, wow, dang. Okay, that's really nice. That is a 12
Oh yeah, that's very
plus
good.
the 2. Yeah.
Okay, so you're studying a place of power, and you rolled with the circle that controls it. On a hit, you see below the surface of reality underneath, and the MC will reveal an area, NPC, or item located within that is not what it seems. Okay. The pistol that is in the person's hand, when you're kind of recollecting, you're almost able to even rewind the scene magically.
Okay.
And you're able to look at it again. It's a pistol at first, but then it becomes you become disillusioned of what it actually is, and it's a wand, a magical wand, like a like knotted wand with like a little gem at the end, a little red gem.
Uh-oh.
And on a 10 plus, it reveals much about the circle's politics and schemes. So you can ask me a question about the circle and take +1 forward when acting on the answer. So you can ask me a question about the character, or the wand, or maybe the location, or anything that you can come up with.
Are we allowed to ask, like, maybe what their motive was for going after the magician?
You can sense the emotion of intense hatred and vengeance.
If I may also, while we're in this flashback.
Of course.
Could I... this is interesting. Could I roll to commute... I mean, she has my button.
Yeah.
Could I roll to commune with one of my anchors?
Yeah. So roll spirit.
Cool. Let's see how that goes.
Yay. I love the moves in this game.
See, that is a 6 and a 1 plus 2 spirit, so that is a 9.
9, okay. So that's a hit. So you are able to clear you're able to clear 2 of your trauma.
Beautiful.
From communing with the button. It like kind of soothes you somehow, just like, I don't know, it's just almost like a euphoric wave just goes over your body whenever it catches your eye. It's just kind of not really explained. It's just when you're around your anchors, you just feel good. And it you kind of don't really think about being murdered anymore. You know, it's kind of just sort of in the back of your head, like, yeah, that happened. It's not stressing you out anymore. Let's put it that way. And both of you kind of snap to after you, as soon as the soothing sensation starts to dissipate, and you get a good look at the wand. So you know exactly what that wand looks like if you were to try and look for it again, and you see someone with it, you would be able to tell, oh, that's the wand.
And I asked Mikkel, I'm like, oh, man, are you okay? Like, sorry you had to go through that.
Oddly, yes.
And is it helpful for you to have this back? And I like reach into a secret pocket and kind of do a little flare to like pop up the button.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
You don't
like,
you pull it from behind his ear. Just kidding.
no. But is it? Would you want this back? 'Cause this is yours, I believe.
You know, I need to look at some of the moves I can do with my anchors. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Time to read.
You can looks like you can destroy. If you destroy it, it will further you into passing on.
Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, that's an. I thought I read something where. Yeah, I thought I read something where like I could teleport to my anchor, but I might have been reading that wrong.
Hold on, let's see it.
It's fine.
Instantaneous, as let it out, instantaneously travel to one of your anchors, no matter the distance. So you could like use it as like a teleportation point.
Okay. He's gonna sort of look at it for a moment, and he just kind of like, in a way that he's unsure, he's like, you know what, keep it.
And I put it back in my pocket, and I probably have plans to like sew it on something because I like collecting like charms and things.
Yeah.
But I still feel really bad, so I reach into a different pocket. I'm just like, you shared a lot with me today, so I'll share something with you. And I pull out a deck of cards. I'm like, this is the first deck of cards I started learning tricks on. Maybe you could learn a few. And I hand him that deck.
A trade.
Yeah.
Instead of incurring debt on one another, you had little trinkets to trade right out of it.
Yeah. Very D&D.
It's so much sweeter.
And he's just kind of like, he totally tries like that trick of like when you try to like flick the deck or whatever from like one hand to the other.
Yeah.
And the deck just goes everywhere.
Oh no.
I'm like,
card pickup.
I'm like, it's okay, let me show you. And I spin my, like, maybe I'll do like a thing. And is there something I can do to kind of like everything back?
Oh yeah,
together?
You can. Oh okay, yeah, no, I see what you're trying to do. Hold on now. Roll. Let's roll spirit.
Okay.
And you can do let it out, which perform a feat of telekinetic strength or precision.
Okay. That fails. Okay, so 9 on die, and what do I add that to? Spirit is I think it was a 2. I think no, I have a 1. Okay, so that's 10.
All right, so when you let out the power within you, you choose an ability from your playbook and roll with spirit. That was what you choose, the telekinetic feat. On a hit, you mark corruption and activate the ability. The MC will tell you how the effect is costly, limited, or unstable. On a 10+, you can either ignore the corruption or you can ignore the complications. Your choice.
Oh, what are complications?
So the complications would be something I come up with. So somehow like the effect is either limited, unstable, or costly. Just something I come up with, kind of like a fumble sort of.
I'll let it fumble a little bit because like I feel really bad that like the whole thing and then the cards everywhere. So I fumble a little bit too, just to be like,
Gotcha.
We
Okay.
all do.
Few of your cards go flying across the room and like get and land in a couple of the old boxes, old dusty boxes. You got to go fish them out and stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, happens to me all the time.
But the deck's important to you, so you managed to find
Yeah.
all of the missing cards. But
Yep.
6 of them you lost during your little attempt of being cool. So y'all are just shooting the shit, and
Mhm.
I assume you tell them maybe tell them about the concert tonight.
Oh yeah, I'll be like, hey, like you said, you just hang out with that dude. You want to come hang out with me and my friends? Like, could be fun. Might be some vampires. I hear they get kind of wild, but you know, could be a good time.
Well, they can't really do anything for me because, well, but sure.
Nice to get out of here. It's kind of dusty down here, you know. I mean, I like the Marilyn Monroe costumes and all, but you know, it'd be nice to walk with the living for a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Before we go though, I do want to show you a magic trick of my own.
Cool.
If you're gonna make me roll to escape a situation for this, Leland, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I would like to basically use my wall move to take Olivia and just walk through the closed door of the room with her.
That's so cool.
No, that's cool. As long as she seems really like her character would be into it and consent to it, so y'all just breeze through it.
I'm like, oh man, this must be what it's like after everything. That's pretty rad.
And then we will y'all two are chumming it up nicely, so we will go back over to Frank for a moment. So you're just now figuring out how to close the shield. So once you get that figured out, it just, you know, almost in the blink of an eye, when you close the lid, the shield just compresses back into a regular like metal stainless steel flask. Has some like filigree like carvings in it that look like almost like mandalas, you know. It's very Eastern.
Yeah. It's like Damascus steel, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some older steel. It definitely wouldn't be stainless steel. That's a newer thing. But
I said Damascus steel.
No, I said stainless steel at first.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
okay.
I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying better. But yeah, and once you get that figured out, and Tiny Pete comes up to you, and well, we're about to close down at 6 tonight, and I haven't been out in a while, and I was wondering, there's a band playing down at the boardwalk on the west end at this place called The Drain, and I was wondering if maybe you can sneak me in or something, you know, just if anybody asks, just say I'm a service dog. They won't ask you no more questions.
I was gonna say, Tiny Pete, I know I know your name's Tiny Pete. You're not very tiny.
No.
How am I gonna sneak you into anywhere?
No, just bring me right on in and let's just hang out for the show. It doesn't start till 11. Normally my bedtime's at 9:30, but I figured I would put a little coffee in my water tonight before we go, and I'll be up all night.
That sounds like a one-way ticket to the animal hospital. I don't know that.
Well, not a whole lot of coffee, just a little bit. Pep, so put a little pep in my paw.
You know what? Oh, fine. Okay, we're gonna do this.
Thank you. I think we might have fun.
Yeah, sure.
Whiskey's on me. I won't be drinking none, of course, but for yourself. And you're gonna have to drive.
Am I?
Yeah, don't you still? Oh, that's right. You wrecked that one.
No, I wrecked the Aztec on purpose.
Yeah, that was rough stuff. I'm glad it came out of that all
who
right.
the fuck is still driving an Aztec at this year?
Yeah, that's true. Plus, that ferryman was freezing up all your friend's house and or bar or whatever, and you went in and saved the day, crashed right into them.
Yep. Yep. So it was totally necessary.
Are they still
But that
mad
wasn't
at
my
you?
car to begin with. I have a car. It's a good car. It drives.
Excellent. Well, I don't feel like walking that far, so if you could drive us down there, it's the show's at 11, but I figured we could get down there at about 10. You might be waiting in line for a while. The band, I don't really understand what their name means, but they're called Eldritch Money Shot, and I really like their stuff. I put it on my Spotify playlist.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Right around this time, your brain starts to do that familiar thing that it
Oh,
does every
no.
now and then that you don't usually end up enjoying the results of. So let's go ahead and get a little premonition in order. All right, so go ahead and roll spirit. 2d6 plus spirit.
Rumble. And it's, of course, we're hearing the. I have a macro for that. Spirit. I can't read. I'm not getting old.
No, it's okay.
The dial-up sound, yeah.
Yeah, the old dial-up noises. It's plus 2. Ooh, yeah, okay. Nice. I love it when you roll low on this. On a hit. So, on a miss, you instead receive a terrifying premonition about someone close to you. Oh, okay. That's neat.
I have a thought, and I don't know if this is happening simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
But do you have something in mind? Because I have something that's hilarious.
No, always if
all right. So
you've got something, go for it.
This vision, it might be mildly underwhelming, but
that's fine.
So the box that Keen sent me,
yeah,
I have emptied it. This is after I've brought it upstairs and put everything away. Mm-hmm. I've emptied it and left it for that litter of kittens that are now grownish.
Yeah.
And I turn around for 5 seconds, and Becky's got all the kittens dressed up in like little cardboard sandwich signs. Somehow they're probably like saddlebags almost. And they say things, and these signs say things like bad times, no salad. When you're here, you're disappointed. Never ending pain bowl. Unlimited disappointment. No breadsticks, no peace.
And to prevent this from happening, you have a -1.
When you're here, nobody's family.
Nobody. Got it. So yeah, all of your kittens have just been dressed up in the most annoying, soul-crushing way. And Becky expects you to be very happy about it in this premonition. That's the one impression you got.
I don't like that.
And she sometimes gets mad, throws stuff at you because she's a ghost.
I don't know why she would expect me to be happy about this. And she's like kind of like explaining how protests work to the kittens. And like the picket lines and stuff. Yeah, you're gonna be my little cattivists.
I hate it.
It's like I can't. This doesn't. I don't think you understand. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Excellent. So you recover from the premonition, and Becky is upstairs with the TV on too loud, like she usually has it.
No, I'm shutting off the TV. I know she can turn it back on.
As soon as you leave,
the fact
she turns
that she
it back
has
on.
to,
just to expend a little ghost energy
way in order to turn it back on. Yeah.
His so he's an oracle, and if you haven't figured out, the ghost of his dead wife haunts him, and also plays a critical role in the war against a coming darkness. So we'll see how that comes to fruition this season. Man. Anyway, all right. So, does anybody in particular have anything that they want to do? Okay, well, we know Celeste is going out to dinner with Angel. Um, so we could go ahead. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go over to that. And then if anybody else has anything they wanted to do for like X number of hours or whatever, like 5 hours or whatever until the concert, then they can sort of briefly go over that. But I want to give Celeste a chance to maybe at least describe to us how the date went.
I think they did go to some super fancy restaurant, but ended up going back to not the restaurant.
Got you.
And I don't know, would they have taken Celeste's car or Angel's car?
Angel insists on driving.
Okay.
She's got a sleek, a sleek Honda Civic with like neon lights on the inside, and it's like a black car with leather seats and all the bells and whistles.
I think when Celeste gets in the car, she just leaves a trail of. I don't know why she still wears this, because it's like not the 90s or 2000s. It's more it's glitter. It's like body glitter.
Got you. Oh Lord. Especially the leather seats. Like Angel just quietly dies inside from having to clean the glitter off of her seats. Okay. Let's put a name to a face. We kind of know how you know Celeste, or no, sorry, you're Celeste. We know how you know Angel already to an extent, but put a name to a face can help us flesh that out. So go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your night score, which if you need.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me what it is.
That's fine.
Or is because I don't know.
Well, and if you're able to take notes about things that might need to be added to your character later after the session's over, that could be helpful.
Yeah, I can do that. I just
okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. And no, I don't mind helping you at all. You have one screen. I've got three. I can use this at advantage. Okay, so let's see. Your what did I say? Roll night. Okay, so 2d6 minus 1.
Okay. Let's see. I had roll 20 open and it disappeared on me.
That's all good. If you have 2d6 regular dice, you can use those too, or I can roll on your behalf, whatever you want to do.
Well, the thing about being in the Chaos Court is that you can have things beside you and they just disappear.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Because I have my special D20.
You want me to roll on your behalf?
Yes, please.
Okay. All good.
All
right, I rolled terrible. You're welcome. Okay, so put a name to a face. On a miss, you don't. Okay, so you owe Angel a debt, actually, which makes this whole like kind of relationship you have with her even more awkward. So I'll go ahead and make note of it, but why do you owe her a debt?
Why do I owe her a debt? Is that on my sheet?
I will type it in. Debts owed Angel 1, and then why do you think maybe you owe her? I'll go ahead and mark your XP too. You get
probably. What happened was I was living in Dairy Queen. And they kicked me out for living in there.
Oh, didn't she buy your?
Yeah, she bought my house.
Okay. So maybe she bought your house, and that's why you owe her.
Yeah, and she kind of talked to Dairy Queen and made them not ban me because I was I was sleeping in there because I wanted to be able to get a blizzard whenever I wanted.
Okay, so let's say she bought your home out of the kindness of her heart and her obsession with you, but the Dairy Queen thing was kind of annoying for her to deal with because she hates dealing with mortals, so she figured you owe her one for that one.
Okay.
For unbanning at DQ. There we go. Unbanning at DQ. All right, so that's why she owes you. So yeah, you eat at a fancy restaurant. How do you respond to her saying she hasn't felt this way about anyone in a long, long time? How does your character respond to that?
Changing the subject.
Mm-hmm. Okay, excellent. No, that's perfect. Immediately change the subject. Maybe something work related.
Yeah, I totally plugged that computer thing in and typed stuff on it today.
Oh, excellent. Some funny thing about Angel is she can use her iPhone super well, but has not bothered to learn how to use like laptops or desktops at all. But yeah, she's hundreds of.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go
muted myself.
That I took on the phone of type. Like, obviously, I wasn't doing any actual work, but I'm super proud of it.
Excellent. We'll say you both have dinner late enough to where you can head over to the show right afterwards. So let's see. All right, we'll say some time has passed. It's later in the day, and it's about time to head out to go pick up Tori, Max. She lives not too far from you. She just wants you to pick her up from the lodge.
Yeah, after the nighttime perimeter check, which happens after dinner, obviously, which was the venison.
Yeah.
He did cook it up, roast it for a little bit.
Delicious.
Yeah, he definitely hops over there and puts one or two of the stools that he's been working on, and the fan that he picked up.
Yeah.
Which tinkered around with, probably made sure it worked. Heads on over.
Excellent. All right. So you've got that old floor drying fan in the back of the pickup, along with your two stools. And as you're loading that in, Gilly comes rolling up. This is kind of the furthest he's gone out from the swamp in a while. You know he's usually pretty good about staying back there like you ask him to, but he comes rolling up and he seems to be wondering where you're off to. You know, just like much like a dog. He's like, "Hey, what is just acting weird?" You know, because you're about to leave.
Oh yeah. Hey, Gil. Hey, and he bends down and like pets his head or just a little bit. Well, the vines on top of his form.
His form.
His new antlers how are they looking?
They're looking good. They're covered in plants, you know, like creek plants.
Sweet. Yeah, takes careful not to touch those because they do look a little.
Yeah, they're
sharp.
a little
actually
sharp.
he inspects them to make sure how sharp they actually are.
They are like you could run your finger across them. They're not like a thorn out of a bush. Okay. But they're like kind of more like a spiked knob that you might see like on some like a shield or some armor or something like that. It's kind of a little more blunted at the end.
Cool. Yeah, he reaches into his truck and picks out one of his cans of sausages, which he always carries with him, and pops that open and leaves a little treat for Gilly also. Okay, well, I know it's all going out again. I just got back, but I'll be back tonight. I gotta go to a concert. The Fangs, they're doing something. Honestly, I'm just along for the ride, I think. But
Gilly goes, and then climbs up the side and into the bed. Tries to get into the bed of the truck.
Gil, no. I don't think that's a good idea, actually. No, pop out, and I hold up some more of the little sausages. Over here. Come on up.
He grabs all the sausage out of your hand, and then a longer tentacle comes around out of nowhere and grabs the can from you.
Gil.
And,
give it back.
Okay, he hands the can back, but one of the sausages is missing out of it. It's like sleight of hand. It'd make a good partner for the wizard.
I can't say I didn't like that, but don't. Hey, these are for me to give to you. Like it's a little reward, right? And it kind of defeats the purpose when you take it just whenever you want, right? All right, you'll get the rest of this can though if you hop out and head back with me over to the swamp part.
All right, his vines extend out almost like tall legs, and he like steps over the edge and then slides down, leaving like a trail of goo and mud on the side of your truck down to the wheel.
Cool.
And he takes the rest of the wieners and just sort of almost in a depressed manner, like just sort of slides back towards the swamp.
I call out after him, Gil, when I come back, I'll let you know. We'll pop back inside. We'll have a couple cans of sausages, just the two of us, and chill out for a little bit before bed.
He doesn't turn around to acknowledge you with those big, beautiful yellow eyes like he normally does. He seems to be a little bummed out, and he just sort of throws one of his vines up and just sort of waves you off, like as he's
all right
with his back turned towards you.
I'll see you later, Gil.
All right.
This guy. I leave a couple of sausage bits, like just chuck them out.
Gotcha. And you notice as you're driving off, he grabs them up and then looks at you as you leave, and then turns around and slinks back into his home, into his nest. And you're driving, you're driving down the road, listening to some whatever old backwoods music that you like, on your way to meet Tori. Not a very long drive. Anything in particular you wanted to bring with you on this excursion, you could just sort of make note of that. And
just the normal tools that he carries with him usually.
Gotcha. Okay. And all right. So you make your way down to the lodge, using mostly kind of like back roads to get there, and you end up, coming into like the back parking lot. There's like two entrances, and you use the road less traveled to get in. And you see Tori out back, sipping something out of, just a bottle. She's got a bottle of something, some sort of brown liquor, and she's smoking a cigarette. Not hitting a vape. I don't care if it's 2022. She's smoking a cigarette. Old fashioned. And you pull up and she just sort of waves at you with cigarette in mouth, and she's using the bottle to sort of wave at you.
You roll that one or you buy that one?
I only roll my own.
That's the right answer. Yep.
Much cheaper, much cleaner.
True.
Thanks for coming by tonight. Oh.
Yeah.
How's my buddy? Gilly,
You actually really did want to come tonight. Yeah, you came right on out. You climbed in the truck and everything. Look, you watch this goop. And I just take some of the goop and I just splatter it on the ground as a couple of flowers like slowly come out of it.
I can't get enough of that. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, it's
man. It's good to see you. Bring it in. It's been a few weeks. You've been out in the woods being a weirdo, and it gives you a hug, a big, strong hug. You're like a father figure to her as far as she's concerned.
Yeah. You know how it is, though. I've been working on the stuff for you and a couple other folks, and working with Gil. And
she spots the stools. Oh, these are great. This is exactly what I was looking for. I love this. It's got a logo on the back of it and everything. You carved that in?
Yeah, I thought you might like that.
This is great.
This is actually all made of just the wood that I collected out in the park.
Oh, I love it. Locally sourced.
Yeah.
Yeah, our booze ain't, but...
Well, it's because you're getting it from the wrong person. You can always come to me if you've been making the gin. That's the only one I got, though.
That shit you brew out the back of your yard ain't fucking FDA approved. We can't bring that into this establishment unless you want to shut down. That stuff will make somebody go blind.
Fine. At least your story's still consistent. But whenever you want it, for you, not for the customers, though. I get it. Anyway, I have my own, and I whip out my flask, too. which has a concoction in it of his own making with it's a travel gin or travel gin martini, which he mixes himself using his own olives and the little gin thing that he distills in his warehouse.
I don't want to bother sipping any of that. I've had so much of this, I won't even be able to taste it. This stuff tastes like a fucking campfire.
That's why this was for me, and that was for you.
She's drinking some scotch.
Yeah.
Smoky.
What do you need this fan for? Like, oh, the mold. Never mind, I remembered.
Yeah, we trying to dry the basement out a little bit. Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't know what those Winterfell were on, but they were pissed. They just came in here and fucked everything up. And we didn't even have anything to do with it. It was the worst.
I'm still a little confused about what all that happened. But...
long story short, a couple of the people I know, a couple of wizard, some chick really into demons. I don't. They're a nice bunch, but they they hang out here sometimes, and these Fae were looking for him. They thought they had done set off a big ass magical tornado or something, and it wrecked one of the cities back in the Feywild. Yeah, have you noticed? You noticed a lot of summer Fae doing business down here now. It's because they moved here. Like the shit was wrecked. Turns out the people didn't have nothing to do with it. It was all a big misunderstanding. And guess who's paying for the bar to get repaired? Me. Nobody else.
Well, that's why I'm helping you out. I charge you a thing, so...
Still picking up pieces of a fucking Aztec out of my wall because somebody decided to crash one into it.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Plus the mold, that's all gonna go away until we, really get in there.
Well, we ain't got mold yet.
Oh,
fingers crossed.
Good,
we're trying to keep from getting some mold.
I was really worried about that one, actually. Gonna have to take a lot of stuff down, but we don't yet. We won't because we're gonna squelch it.
Yeah, we'll
kick it in the butt.
Squirt it with some bleach or something. I hear that's good.
It'll probably work. Gas, maybe. They need to breathe. Probably. They do. Yeah.
So this van tonight...
work, but I don't... Yeah, tell me about that, actually.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to go on a rant about mold, but...
Oh, yeah, well, that could be the whole car ride if I let it just go on. So I'm gonna interrupt you there. But this fucking band tonight, they do some crazy shit, like feed people alcohol mixed with their blood and then throw them out into the mosh pit. It's crazy as hell.
With whose blood?
Their blood. They're vampires. If people drink their blood, they get like hyped up. Like it ain't gonna go turning nobody, but
yeah.
So I would stay the hell away from this mosh pit business.
I do. Yes, I don't want to do that. But are we expecting any real trouble tonight, or what? Or you just need to ride over there? Or...
I don't know. I mean, you don't got to worry about nothing. You can just sit your ass at the bar and have some drinks or whatever. Maybe even order some pub fries or something. Yeah. But me and a couple of the boys are going to be working security with a few of the fangers, and we'll be coordinating with them. I doubt you'll need to intervene or anything. I just need a ride, really, and it'll be cool to hang out with you. I can kind of maybe float around over to where you're sitting, and we can shoot the shit while I keep an eye on the place.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
He's still thinking about leaving Gil.
What the hell you been doing for 3 weeks? You barely answering your texts. You've just been locked up in the woods.
I'm not locked up anywhere. I have a park that needs maintaining. You are once again more than welcome to come to me as well.
You always try to put me to work.
I need help. What are you talking about? I have a whole park. But
I got a whole bar to run. You used to run it. You know how tough it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm helping you out. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I know I've been busy though, but tonight, that's what this is about. We'll make up for it. We'll catch up and but really been working with Gil too for a little bit, at least trying. he took down a deer today. A
Oh,
whole
man.
buck. A whole buck.
Did he split it with you?
Well, he did actually. He
Oh,
ripped
that's
off
so
one of the-
cute.
He ripped off one of the legs and handed it to me. It was actually delicious. I cooked it up for dinner tonight. We had a little roast. Well, I did at least. He had the raw stuff, but
How'd the goo season it? The goo he leaves behind. Did it season it nicely?
That's a good question. I did not try that.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe it'll put a
To-do
little bit
list.
of an earthy
To-do
vibe.
list. Yeah, that could be fun. Wow, that's really interesting. Because I know it smells so good, it could probably add a really interesting. Yeah.
And you and her have a very along the way, because you have a decent bit of a drive to get to the West End, and you've got you have a great conversation with her about different tricks to get the gaminess out of hunt wild animals that are hunted. And she's like, my dad used to just soak it in hours with garlic and potatoes and a Dutch oven. It tasted perfect at the end. And and y'all have like a great, y'all catch up about the past few weeks and stuff. She tells you she tried one of those dating apps and ended up leaving the guy knocked out cold at the end because he made a comment about how she was wearing her pants and she didn't like that.
I give her a fist bump for that one.
Heck yeah. And you see when the fist that she bumps with you still is like damaged, like from where she punched him in the face. Like there's some scrapes on it.
Nice.
And,
one and done too.
One and done. Excellent. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we only got about 15 minutes left in our time slot, so we will go ahead and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and call it here, and we'll pick back up next week with everybody at the show. I always do this. I always like plan enough for what I think is one session, and it ends up being enough for 2 sessions, so it kind of worked out. Plus, we have lots of great RP and stuff. And as far as maybe Mikhail's involvement in the show and stuff next week, I'll talk with Spencer maybe about some stuff that Mikhail does and take over as an NPC. And hopefully we'll be able to bring Spencer back with us. So you did an awesome job, dude. The information I gave you to try and help relay, you did it. You very masterfully, spit it out. I don't know. You weren't just like right away like, oh, here's some information I was given. Like you did a great job role playing and getting to know the character before you brought up any of it up. And but yeah, I had a great time. We'll go ahead and okay. We will go ahead and I'll go around. We'll do outros. Make sure if you have something you want to plug, go ahead and plug it. This will be the time to do that. So we'll go in. I actually don't know the order I went last time, so we'll go in whatever order I want. Janie, give us an outro. Tell us what you're up to. Tell us, tell us if you can think of something that you had fun doing this session or whatever, like a star or whatever. You're welcome to mention that too. I think would be kind of a cool outro.
I won't be here next week.
You won't be here next week. That is sad, but it's okay. I will do the same thing I will do with Spencer and get with you about some stuff that your character will be up to.
Okay. I can't think of anything to say.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you for playing. You did an awesome job. Your character's amazing, as usual. And so we'll go to Andy next.
Yeah, hey. That was really fun. I really liked even this, especially actually some of the scenes that I wasn't in. All of the other PC role playing was really, really good. I really liked Michael, and that the whole scene was awesome. I absolutely agree with what Leland said. I'll be back here next week for sure. And starting on, let's see, October the 18th, I believe. We are going to be starting on Raven's channel the second season of our Children's Champions of the Fae game, which is going to go through the after effects of season 1. There's been some shakeups in the politics, what's going on in the Fae now, and we're going to be figuring out how's that going to end up, because everything's weird right now. So we'll see that in a few weeks, and that'll be going for a little bit as well. But that'll be on Tuesday nights over on Raven's channel. Besides that, I am on Twitter and Twitch at Martinez Tweets and Martinez Streams. And that's me.
Awesome. And then we will go with Elise next.
Hey everyone, my name's Elise. I'm at D&D Elise on Twitter. I'm a published TTRPG game designer. I'm project lead of Through the Veil series, Tales of the Feywild, Treasures of the Feywild. I also just had Sea Shanty's Bardic Guide come out for all you Bard D&D players out there. I'm also the project lead and writer for that, along with many other awesome creative folks on my creative teams. I will also be at Meatball-a-thon this weekend, so I'll be running a Feywild game tomorrow, Sunday. Meatball-a-thon is a tabletop gaming convention that is raising money for a homeless youth shelter in our city. When I left this afternoon, they already raised $15,000. Super amazing. So let's keep that going. They have really great folks. I actually picked up a dice bag for my character for this game there from
It's perfect too.
yeah, so there's tons of great local vendors, lots of cool stuff, so check it out.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is where I'm supposed to
I
do
was
a
like,
thing. No, I forgot I'm doing a thing. All right, so go ahead, Kat. You're muted, Kat. Beautiful.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So if you didn't hear me, I said I'm Kat and I can't wait to go to bed. And then I said I was muted, and I will fix that in 1 second. And yeah, I am very, very tired. I play Frank. He's a guy. He's an oracle. He also can't wait to go to bed. And
But he's being dragged to this concert by this damn dog.
right?
Didn't he just wake up? Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a ghost of a wife who just makes noise all the time. He doesn't ever get any real sleep. So yeah, Cat name Schrodinger or Cat N Schrodinger, depending on where you're looking for me. And I'm gonna go to bed soon. But thanks, and this was fun. And hi, bye.
Hi, bye. And then
I'm gonna go mute myself.
Mute myself. All right. Am Spencer?
Hello. I am Spencer at SpencerDV on Twitter. No current projects for myself at the moment, except maybe coming back here down the line to play my lovely little Spectre Mikhail again. It was super fun to step back into the shoes of a character that I really love that I haven't played in a super long time, and see how his story plays out in this sort of universe, depending on how often I come back. And it was super fun to play with you folks and meet some new people. So yeah,
Definitely come back. You do good.
I will do my damnedest.
Last and surely least, given with how awesome everyone is here, is me. I am Leland / Leopold the Just. You could find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff at Leopold the Just. As far as what's going on next with me, a star. I already said kind of a star, but I'm gonna go through. Let's see. I really liked. Obviously, I really liked Olivia and Mikhail's just instant kind of like chemistry and friendship, and learned a lot of information from each other. And now there's a kind of a cool button that the wizard carries around that if you come back for a guest spot, you could teleport to. So that's always convenient too. So easy way to bring you back in, no matter where they're at. And so that's cool. I absolutely love just the description of Celeste's character. while in the office. I don't know, just her office space and just her behavior in the office and her out, or just the fact that she doesn't match dress code, and she's kind of like just this like force in the office that people are kind of probably scared of in a way. And like, so that's why she gets away with so much. And her hours are probably all messed up, probably never clocks out or clocks in. It has to be adjusted at the end of the month. It's very annoying for the accountant. I love that. I love Frank's continued friendship with the two animal characters allows me to voice silly animal characters more, which is always very fun for me to do. And I'm very excited to just, I love that Frank's angry ghost wife popped back up already to irritate him in some way, shape, or form, even if it was in the form of a premonition. And I'm interested to see where that goes, because I've got some plans for her and what's gonna happen, because there's some foreboding shit going on here with with why your wife is still connected with you. So that's very cool. Obviously, I really like being a um, I really like being a vine monster with Andy, and I think it's really cool to have his character have like a daughter figure uh, as one of the main NPCs, and the NPC was actually created by my partner. So I'm gonna have her record some like voicemails and stuff throughout the season. So you'll be like getting left some voicemails recorded by my partner, who's that character actually originally belongs to. And am I missing anybody? Nope. I did one, but you counted as two because I was really happy about the Wizard and the Ghost. All right, everybody got something. Oh, and Mitch for doing an amazing job with communicating with me behind the scenes about break, and for giving us a heads up, staying on top of things, and keeping up with my cues about whenever we're about to start break, whenever this is about to happen, blah blah, blah, and for cheerleading in chat so much. So thanks, Mitch. And yeah, and that's about it. Oh, I do have one thing. Next Thursday on twitch.tv/wanderingdm will be the finale of our quietest show, Hill Country Horror. And it is super scary and super weird. If you like weird towns with hicks that are all like in on something, that are like, oh, what are you outsiders doing here, and there's some weird shit going on, and maybe even some aliens, come check that out. The finale is going to be awesome. And I'm sure their VODs are on their channel, but also a very good cast. But yes, and I'll go ahead and let Mitch take it away for weave the stale stuff.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Leland, especially for that. If you don't mind, can you pantomime the remainder of this show? That would be great. Just use your hands and stuff. That would just be perfect. All right. First, we want to thank our sponsors, Grinding Coffee. Grinding Coffee is a Black LGBT plus owned coffee business that will keep you awake and happy with the best roast directly shipped to your door. Yeah, you see them drinking coffee? Pretend it's Grinding Coffee. Go ahead and use Penny for a Tail for a discount. Second off, we have Dice Dungeon, which is a Baltimore-based company with a passion for making dice. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. You can go ahead and use that code once again, get a little discount there. And I got some really cool class-specific dice that just came out with their Kickstarter. So if you want cooler dice than everyone else, if you want to make fun of everyone for their tiny, puny dice, which do nothing, get Dice Dungeons. And finally, we have Firomancers for Hire. They do magical things with all sorts of threads and stuff. I don't know how it works, but it's beautiful and gorgeous, and I love watching it. Visit them at Firomancers for Hire. That is a numeric 4, not the FOR 4. So make sure you go check that out. Otherwise, we are going to raid High Shelf Collective, who are currently playing Dead by Daylight. So pop on over there, say hi, tell them what you did, and ask them who they're smooching, because I think Dead by Daylight is just a smooching game.
It is a smooching game, especially with that one character with the big boobies. You
Oh
know
yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
The old hag spirit. The old
So
hag
hot,
spirit.
so hot. That I like chase that one. It's like hi. Put me up on spikes. Uppy me. All right, so with that, we are headed off. Wave goodbye, all the people, and we will see thee sometime next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Laters.
Night,